What's up, everybody? Hey, how are y'all? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to SW Live. It's showtime. How how's everybody? Happy Wednesday, y'all. Y'all know it's a good day for me anytime it's podcast Wednesday. So what's up? I'm just happy to see y'all. Um, Happy Wednesday. So today, as you guys can see, the episode is "Do I Have a Say?" Remaining faithful. And the reason why it's set up that way is because a lot of times people are forced into remaining faithful in situations, because even though they're being faithful, the partner may not be, but it may be circumstances now that force you to stay, either help you decide if you're going to stay committed in a relationship where you've been cheated on and maybe had a baby, or it's been a relationship outside of the marriage that has had a lot of like longevity to it. You know what I'm saying? Like a period of like 6 months longer or whatever. It's not just a thing where you guys are just like off and on. Or you just, it wasn't just a one night stand, it was a relationship. So we're going to talk about the longevity version of it, and then we're going to talk about if like circumstances create children on the outside of it, because some of them do. Some circumstances, um in faithful or unfaithful relationships, do end in where children are involved, or children are, the reason why the relation outside children are the reason why relationships end. So we're going to talk about the longevity version, and we're going to talk about the principle of outside children. All right. So um hello, though. Let's get started. Which y'all know what we do every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, first is the quote. I'm ready. I was getting ready to jump into the conversation like I ain't have a quote. I'm sitting there like, shut up, girl, slow down. Okay. Quote of the day: Stay faithful or stay single. Simple as that. You either got it in you or you don't. And there's going to be periods of time where you may be tested, but you have to like know yourself, know your judgment, know where you stand with people, know where you stand in your relationship, if there is even a relationship worth standing in. So stay faithful or stay single. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. It can't. I you it Okay, so this is what I've seen happen, and a lot of these times you'll notice that it's going to be a male being honest about something, because a female, if there's really no time where if a female is cheating that she's going to be directly like, oh, I cheated. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not coming forward with that type of information unless they know there's a solid ground to stand on with that. But men will try at least to be like, okay, this is who I want to be with. I want, honesty with this situation. So I'm going to tell her about this. And then that be the downfall of the relationship, because she, even though he's coming to be forthcoming with the information, a lot of times the female will be like, or the woman will be like, nah, but you cheated though. And the whole time they may be doing their thing too. But you came to the situation with the information that she needed to 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 justify her actions. To justify her actions. What's up, sis? How are you? But you definitely came to the table with forthcoming information that that she didn't ask for, but you felt like if you shared it, it would benefit the relationship even more. And it ended up being something that actually ended the relationship because you're giving it your all because you want to be honest and forthcoming in the relationship, but she's not accepting that. She's like, oh, I'm gonna take you use this as a reason to bail out. I'm gonna use this as a reason to say, okay, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, if a person doesn't want to be where they are, they'll do that. They'll, use justifying situations to help get them out of it. And if you can't stay faithful, you may as well just exit the situation from jump and just tell the person, like I really like you or whatever. Even if you feel like, even if they think it's bullshit, you're being honest about it. You may really like them. You like them, but it just may not be where you think it should be in the relationship. It just may not. And they may be thinking that, I really care about her. I really want to be with her. I think this will work. And they may be seeing all these different things that are making them think, I want this. I want this. But you sit over there like, I'm trying to find a way out. And then here it goes. Here goes this opportunity to exit. To exit. And they take that exit strategy, and now the other person is feeling alone. But sometimes them taking that exit strategy saves you guys. You know what I'm saying? It saves you from what's to come. It saves you from heartbreak, turmoil. It makes some things that may be crushed, that may strictly crush you because people are not, because they walked away from a relationship knowing that it wasn't the best for them, but they also knew they weren't the best for you. We got to see those signs and accept those signs because that's important. Like literally, if you're not ready, just bow out. You know what I'm saying? Just bow out. Don't even negate it. Just, it was fun. I enjoyed you, but I'm really like not into this. I don't want to hurt nobody. And dip. And dip. And then, you know what I'm saying? So let's we got to go ahead and start just giving those clean slates up front. We got to definitely be like, ooh, this is what it's supposed to be. We cannot be holding people accountable for things that we helping them celebrate. Be honest with your people. Be honest with your people. Let them know what it is so they won't go out there fucking over people's time. Telling y'all it's important. It's super duper important. And Queen said, let me see. I thought I clicked it. What's up, Queen? How you doing, boo? SW live in the building. But yes, so like seriously, you gotta make sure that you're honest with people. You gotta make sure you're giving people the raw truth. And even though people aren't ready, may not be ready to accept that truth, you still have to give it to them. You still have to give it to them. You cannot walk around living in untruths. So you got to go ahead and tell them what it is and what you're feeling and what has to happen on your behalf. You can't justify their behalf, but you definitely have to stand on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? And stand on it strong, because you came to that decision, that conclusion. You definitely should be able to, back up what you feel. All right. So, topic at hand. This is a very interesting topic, y'all, because I feel like a lot of people think that it's okay for people to cheat and then get forgiven and move on and then cheat again and then forgive and then other things happen. Like, I really think that people are built different when they think that you can keep doing something and have no consequences. Like what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that people are insanely remorseful, or like the cheater, the person who cheats? Do you think they're remorseful, or do you think the person that keeps forgiving over and over again is simply pathetic or too forgiving? Let me change that word. Too forgiving. We're gonna say too forgiving. I'm gonna change the word, y'all, because that might be wrong. Too forgiving or too remorseful. And I don't I don't really think it's a such thing as being too remorseful if you keep doing something. But I do think that it's people are too forgiving at times. So do you think people are too forgiving or too remorseful? What y'all think? Because I want to know how you all feel about it, because excuse me, yeah, I really want to know. I want to know how y'all feel about people in general when it comes to how they deal with relationships now, because a lot of times it's the opposite. A person who cheats isn't remorseful enough because they'll do it again, but a person that accepts it, they're too forgiving, right? Neat say yes, too forgiving. Exactly. I agree. I think that at some point you have to let it go if they're going to continue doing the same thing. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The boundary of how it is to keep forgiving. Do I have a say? Do I have a say in the fact that you keep on being, that you keep doing what you're doing and I keep taking it you back? Or am I just messed up inside? Am I too forgiving? Because there can't be any possibility in this situation. There can't be any possibility in this situation where um I just realized, damn, there can't be any possibility in this situation where people are too forgiving. I mean too remorseful. A cheater can't be too remorseful, can they, if they keep cheating, right? Like, what y'all you can't, I don't know. I don't know. I guess me personally, because I don't think I could deal with the too much cheating. And you telling me, like, if I know you doing it, is different than me not knowing. If you doing something and you ain't even having to apologize directly to me, but you probably apologizing in other ways. And that's kind of how I found out that I had got cheated on before, y'all. That the man, he was apologizing in different ways. He didn't apologize like directly, say, "Hey, I did this." It was always like certain days, just pop ups out of nowhere with gifts and flowers and things just out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know. It's other ways that they may be showing you what they're doing. It, and then when we talked about it later on, they told me that's how they were apologizing. So, different strokes for different folks. But but had I known about it, I probably would not have been the person who stayed. So that was probably what was the reason why I was never privy to the information. So, but I do believe that people who stay in the situations are a lot more forgiving. They do take on a lot of the accountability of what the person is doing to them. They take ownership of it like it's theirs. Oh, it's only happening because I'm not doing this, or this could probably be better because I'm not doing that. So if they take ownership of the cheating, then that way they don't have a reason to be upset about it. And they may not address it either. They may not even go to the person about it just because they've made this theirs. I'm the reason why it's happening. I'm the reason why this is going down. I'm the reason. instead of making the person take ownership of it, because regardless of what it is that may be happening or what you may feel like you're not doing or doing, that person is still stepping out doing something against what you all are committed against. So if you guys are committed to each other, they shouldn't be saying like, I'm gonna handle this by doing it this way, not without discussing stuff with you, because y'all gotta discuss the bills, y'all gotta discuss trips. If y'all have children, y'all have to discuss those things. So why are we not discussing that you slinging everywhere else, or you slinging everywhere else, whatever, as they say. So why are we not? We got to discuss all of that. I feel like let's put it all on the table. Let's have a rational conversation about it. All right. So cheating. The cheating has been going on since the beginning of time, and as a matter of fact, in some countries, having more than one mate isn't even considered cheating at all. It's a lifestyle. However, details do matter. Okay, so that's the difference. Having conversations about what you feel like, what is and what isn't, is very important in the beginning of these relationships. What we can say about cheating is that it happens daily. It may be a sad fact, but it is a fact. Cheating can bring many disasters to the home: STDs, unwanted children, or just children in general, and most of all, the lack of trust in the partner. And then HIV as well. I forgot when it's not an STD. That's the real. So, on this episode, we're going to be discussing women that bring in the babies when they cheat, and men that have outside children when they cheat. Can you stay in a situation as such, or is that something you just have to see if you are caught in that situation? Can you be cheated on and your spouse has a baby and you stay? That goes both ways, because women have babies and men have babies too. So can you be cheated on and your spouse has a baby and you okay with it? I really want to. I want to hear. I want to hear some responses to this, because I want. It's a very interesting topic, because it's been some women who've stayed with men who've had outside children, and it's been men who stayed with women that, and they thought the kids were theirs. So it's an important question. What she say? I could not stay. I believe that. I think so too. Because I mean, we fully invested in this relationship now. I mean, I can see if it's like at the beginning of the relationship, and y'all just like starting to get to know each other, and then before you came in the picture, there was already somebody else, and then now boom, that's different. But just an ultimate, like, we're together and now you cheating and now you got a whole baby. You know what I'm saying? Just out the blue. And there's a whole child. So can you be cheated on and your spouse have a baby on you? Is that something you're willing to stay for? Is it? It's different for everyone, but me personally, cheating is a no for me all around. I couldn't be with the person. Boom. And there it is. Very straight to the point, straightforward answer, because got her mind made up. She know that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that is as direct as they come. They're not even just talk. She's not even just talking about the fact that you have a child on her. She said in general, just cheating is a no. And I'm with that. Like, I don't cheat. Don't cheat now. If there's a problem, come talk to me about it. But you also got to be a person that's willing to be okay with forthcoming information. You got to be able to take that information, though. You got to be able to take that information. You cannot just be a person who be like, okay, come talk to me, come tell me what's on your mind, and blah 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 blah, and then you turn around and everything we done talked about, you done threw it in my face. I'm not coming to talk to you about nothing else. I promise you. I promise you. Can you forgive emotional cheating that didn't get a chance to get physical yet? That's a good question. Huh. Can you forgive emotional cheating? How well is it something that just came across your desk, or because how would you know about this type of cheating? Like, did you find out about conversations and stuff? Like, because that's a good question. Like, is it something you could be assuming, or did this really happen? Because I gotta have hard, firm evidence if I'm gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it if I know it. Oh, okay, okay. Here go a response to that. Saw it on their phone when they left it. Okay, all right. So no, I think that leads to the physical of it. Like now, I can actually say this. Like back in the day, in my early 20, 24, 25, 26 is in 26. Yeah. 20. I used to be like a phone whore. So I'll talk to a bunch of people on the phone and it never got physical, but I would talk to you and I would make you think the world of yourself. So it was like just a fun thing for me or whatever. But I know that in some instances, people probably thought that they had the chance, that they could have a chance with me just because of the way we communicated on the phone. So I feel like that stuff like that can lead up to physicality. And to me, that's still cheating if you're in a relationship. Me personally, I wasn't in a relationship. But if you're in a relationship, you should not be having any type of emotional conversations with anyone outside of your man, point blank, period, or outside of your woman, your partner in general. You should not be having any outside emotional bonds or connections or desires or unfaithful conversations that make you start thinking that the person who you with, I'm with you, but I'll cheat on you. I'm with you, but I'll take the opportunity to dip over here. No. So that's a no. Let's see. Really can't say. Don't know until I'm actually in that situation. But who knows? Never say what you won't do because you will end up doing the opposite. Don't. Queen, listen. Dead ass, bruh. You know what? It's been plenty of times people done sit up and ate their words because we really believe in our mind that we would not accept certain things. Whoo, you just spoke a mouthful. Because, baby, it have been things that I feel like I done accepted. I never tell a soul I take it to my grave. Take it to my grave. No. Things that I've forgiven in my life. Take it to my grave. No. No. No, 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 no. So yeah. I definitely agree with that. I'm totally in agreement with that. I do believe there are things that you will not be able to succumb to or say you can do or won't do until you're in the situation. I definitely agree with that. Good response. All right. So as we discuss whether or not you will, because the question was, can you be cheated on and your spouse have a baby on you? Because, and the reason why this question is because it was an old article that came across my news feed like 3 weeks ago, and I saved it and then I reposted it because I like to get the people riled up, and I got, so this person was on Instagram and they reposted it, and I put a comment in there about what I felt like the situation was, and the comment blew up. But it was a lot of people on there, a lot of women on there started calling me a woman hater. As black womanish as I am, they call me a woman hater. I support men more than women, blah 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 blah, all kinds of stuff, And I felt like I really did my job at that point, because I wanted you to see what I was talking about. Because as I said what I said, there were so many people that came under my comment with very, very undelusional statements, because she was being delusional. But with very undelusional statements of what they actually saw in my comment versus what she put there. Because, stay focused. And I said that because we will overlook the truth just to make ourselves feel better. We'll act like we don't see what somebody said, or we'll act like we didn't hear what we heard, just to make us feel better. Especially when it comes to relationships and people that we love, because we don't want to deal with that type of disappointment, and it's hurtful. We're human. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to deal with disappointment in the people we love. And I think that is a lot of the reason why people go through the extremities that they go through, and the things that they accept, and the things that they deal with, and the things that and how they deal with it, and how they interpret how they deal with it. All right. So we're going to jump into the topic a little bit deeper, because we do have a little bit of things to discuss. And these are things that let you know that you're ready for a real relationship, and you're ready for commitment, and you're ready for going to the next level with people. You don't have to, go through a whole phase of cleansing yourself when you are already ready. That happens before you meet this person. That happens before you decide this is the one. You've already decided that I need to take care of me first, and then so we can all benefit from each other in this relationship, because that's what it's that. If you're fully cleansed of all these things, these impurities, you're not going to have any issue stepping into something new and being willing to accept that person for who they're giving you. You're not going to be looking around the corner to see if anybody else different going to pop out. They right there. You're not going to look above their head to see if they're going if there's something you missing. They right there. Everything about that person is going to be so front and extreme there in the foresight of what they're producing and showing you, until you're going to be like, damn, did I really luck up like this? Did I really meet somebody that's going to accept me for me, and I can do everything I want to do with them on a nasty level? We communicate good. We have a very good interaction with each other. There's a respect. We don't argue. We don't do this. We don't do that. We have a mutual understanding of who we're dealing with. That is a functional relationship, and it takes time to get to that. It doesn't just happen overnight. Okay. So, but when that's when you're ready, is how you're dealing. If that's the person you are, then when you go into the relationship, you're going to want the same of that person, and they're going to already be showing you that they're with that. All right. So, like I said, we're human. We don't want to deal with the disappointment with the people we love. And that's just a fact. We end up forgiving so much shit, y'all, because we don't want to deal with the fact that somebody letting us down. Dang. Like the impurity of being let down by somebody you love, dog. That's one of the most hurtful things in the universe. The static in your brain and in your heart that comes from that has you questioning everything now. So yeah, it's not easy to deal with, but it's also something you can get through. So It's just depending on how you get through it. Because everybody different. That's the part when I agree with everybody different. Like we all probably go through some of the same things when it comes to relationships, but how you get through it is what sets you apart from everybody else, because everybody got a different healing process. It doesn't go the same way for everybody else that it goes for you, but you can heal. All right. So some signs to let you know when you are ready for a committed relationship. Faithfulness is the key. Be faithful, y'all. Stop playing with people before somebody hurt y'all. We've been seeing lately that these people not playing with their feelings. They're not playing. They taking everybody out. It's sad, but it's true. Don't play with these people. That man in the article that I was responding to, though, and that pissed everybody off. The lady had 6 kids on her husband. This was in Jamaica. The lady had 6 kids on her husband, dog. She was married to this man, y'all. None of those children was his. And she taunted him about the DNA test. She taunted the man. That man cut her head off. And the people was mad in the comments talking about he did wrong, he did wrong, he did wrong. Shut up. We don't know how we would act in that moment. You taunting me about it. Now, after I done find out I done took care of all these children and ain't none of mine, I could have been living on an island somewhere. Because had I known none of them was mine, I would have been left all y'all. Because that ain't got nothing to do with me no more. But we talking about somebody who had stuck by your side and 6 children that don't even belong to me. And y'all gonna tell me that y'all know how y'all will react in a situation as such? How you gonna say how you gonna react? You just find out that 6 people that you've been calling son, daughter, kid, whatever you call them, the names, the last names, all that. You taking care of them every full way capacity. And they're not your children. That's a shocker. And y'all telling me y'all don't know, and y'all know how y'all will react. And then somebody taunting you about it. You know how you gonna react. You a lie. You a lie. So that's what the theory of the conversation was. So when people started lying, saying that they know that they wouldn't do that, this lady started dropping facts on there about how women emotional testimonies, emotional murders have been killing their partners, and they've done damn near more, if not equal to, I think it's more than domestic murder on the husband. The husband didn't murder the woman. It was less on the men's side. So women murdered the husband more in domestic situations. And they probably can attest that some of it was for domestic violence purposes and, things of that nature. But a lot of the women said it was for cheating too. So you wouldn't believe the number on those things too, y'all. So we got to be honest with things. People's emotions do get in the way. So we can't say what you will do in the midst of your emotions. You can talk about it all you want to, but that man cut his wife's head off. So talk about that. One way you know that you are ready for a serious committed relationship, if you are an online app user that does it for dating purposes, you probably have already deleted those at the point of getting ready for this relationship, or when you realize that this was a relationship for you, if you are an online dating app user. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know a lot of people that do that, but I do know it's very popular. Flirting doesn't really do anything for you anymore because you really don't care about it now. Now, some people just like flirts. They're just flirts to the death of them. They so big on flirt till they don't even know they flirt. They may flirt in front of their partner, and their partner's just used to it because that's just who they are. That's their personality. So it may not come off as flirting. You're stuck in with this person. You're not thinking about somebody else. You're not wanting to be with somebody else. You're not looking to be with somebody else. You're literally, every part of what you want to do in your life consists of you and that person. You and when you don't, you're not looking to form bonds with people outside of your partner on a romantic level. So that, to me, it's almost the same thing as what we said, what I was just saying in the last statement, but it's not, because bonds are different. Like it's one thing to not be worried about giving your heart to someone, but creating bonds with people where you hanging out with people, where you doing certain things with people, and it may start off on a non-physical level or a non-emotional level, but you're committed to them for different reasons. No. Especially if they're the opposite sex and you have some type of attraction to them. No, I don't care about you being friends with nobody. But when you create bonds and other type of things, with no, let's all do it together. Let's have a good time. Let me see what this comment says. Hold on. You're ready if you no longer respond to DMs and leave them on red, then block or have your inbox restricted. Yeah, or better yet. or better yet, yeah, I leaving them on red. Just leaving them on red. Then the person see that they're not even worth being responded to. Is simple. And it's very respectful. It's very respectful. Your bond with your partner starts to grow stronger when you start to get a stronger bond with the person who you are committed to. That's when you know that a lot of things in creating other friendships and so-called relationships with people it's not really as extreme as it used to be. You don't even need it as much as you thought you needed it before. You know what I'm saying? You don't. It starts to be something you don't crave with others because you see it all with that person. So once you start to feel well, because he said, why am I laughing? I'm laughing because I was thinking about the fact that the court when you don't have to block people and restrict them. Like, I feel like in relationships, okay, so when you're dealing with someone and you trust who you're with, you shouldn't even have to worry about if they're blocking people and doing the things that they're supposed to do, because it should just be happening without you even worrying about it. So if it's brought to your attention or you're seeing signs that these things are happening, that's a problem. Simple as that. But otherwise, it should not be something that's a leading factor or anything in a relationship at all. At all. I was about to laugh again because I was sitting here thinking about the fact that, a lot of times people be thinking that they got all the sense, for one, and then they'll do things that'll make you feel like you questioning your own self, and you look at you like you the crazy one, and you know that something is going on, but they start because you when you're really in love with someone, the movements of who they are become your movements. How they do things, when they do things, how they operate. You pay a whole lot of attention to your partner. So there are going to be plenty of times where they may not think that you have noticed something, but you actually have. You know what I'm saying? When you are in a serious monogamous relationship, You know your partner. You know your partner. What's going on, homie? You know your partner. There's nothing that anyone can tell you about that person because you've studied that person, you've loved that person, you've cherished that person, you do what you're supposed to do with that person. Everything is clear, cut crystal when it comes to you and that person. So if they start doing something different, you're going to know it. You're going to be the first person to know it. The first person. So don't question your instincts. Don't question what you see. Just keep paying attention. Just keep paying attention. Don't allow anyone to make you feel like what you've seen should go unnoticed. Pay attention. The signs will be there because you know your people. Just don't be that type of person that just want to run up on a bitch and just start arguing. Now then you're gonna be wrong because you ain't gonna probably have nothing anyway concrete. You probably just gonna be going off a hunch then. You just so mad that you just forget. Now we're talking about them emotions. You just so mad that you ain't even think it through. So now you running in there off this emotion, and now you about to lose your mind. Well, you should just be chilling. Just like that came to you, the rest of it will too. I promise you. All right. So if you're getting to the point where y'all share y'all feelings on a regular basis with each other, you're honest about your past, and it's not like a judgmental situation. It's comfortable, it's loving, the environment is strong, it's a faithful environment. There's nothing that is making you say, I want out. That you are in a good space. Okay. So that's when you know that that's serious. And you're not going to be willing to allow somebody to step in on that, bro. I'm telling you, nobody can step in on that. Y'all, when you working to learn, another one is working to understand. When you are working to understand your partner, so that but when they tell you something, you are willing to go and do some digging on what that may or may not mean to them because you care that much. You care that much. There's a huge value to being enriched in your partner. There's a huge value to it. You learn so much more about them. You get to dig deep inside of the person who you are with. You learn them to their core. That's a real relationship. And there's so many authentic relationships out here in the universe like that, but it's so many impure ones because they don't even know who they're dealing with. A person gets mad and the evil side comes out. They've never seen this person. Instead of them being able to deal with something that they're supposed to deal with regular, they have went to a whole nother side because they're really not in tune with their emotions. They're really not in tune with who they really are. They haven't developed that core character of the king or the queen that may reside in them. And I mean, just in general, you have to grow into certain things. It's just not going to be placed there. And if it is placed there, you still got to get enriched with it. You still got to learn. You still got to learn. Respect. Respect so high on the totem pole in a real relationship till you don't even have to talk about respect. Respect is one of those things when you dealing with, like, okay, respect there because they're learning to want to learn how to deal with your emotions. They're learning to want to be more understanding towards you. They want to be gentle towards you. They want to be loving towards you and caring. Those are things that let you know that the respect is there. Because if a person is willing to do those things and go to the extremes that it is to have a pure understanding of their partner, They have genuine respect for them. You're not a person that's going to argue in the heat of the moment. You're going to put that to the side and continue to have a good time. And then you and your partner talk about that another time. Respect. Being honest. You don't have a reason to lie. This person makes you feel good about being honest. They know that you can be trusted. You know what I'm saying? It's a great feeling. So that type of nourishment, it makes the relationship whole and humble. You listen to your partner, you take their feelings into account, you take what they say into account, you are taking every step to be a better you so that they can be a better them. All right. Y'all learn to appreciate each other, and you don't bring up past mistakes. That's huge. Communication does not have to be a slap in the face. You should not be looking to hurt your partner. And a lot of times when you're having conversations and you bringing up past mistakes, it's like you trying to cut them. Because I thought we got over that. I thought we was done with that. But now you bring this back up and it lets me know that still bothers you. That means you're not a forgiving person, and being a forgiving person is big. Being a forgiving person is big. You got to learn to forgive each other. It's huge. All right. Now, I want to ask a quick question though. I'm gonna throw out a few things, and I want y'all to tell me in the comments, do you think it's cheating or not? Because this is what people have written in and said they consider this cheating. Let's see what the comment says. What if they're lying about the mistakes and just want honesty so we can forgive? That's manipulation. If you're being manipulated, you can't. Why would you even want? It's a game. That's a dirty game. That's a dirty game. Staying in something where you know you're being manipulated is a dirty game. So I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to agree with accepting it because I'm not in that situation. As we just said, you never know how you will deal with certain things until you were faced with it. But as a person who's dealt with a manipulative partner before, I will say that it will not get better if they are willing to take it that far. If they're willing to lie just so they can be forgiven for their mistakes versus actually meaning what they're saying, they got this down packed. There's nothing you could do about it. There's nothing you're going to be able to do right. There's nothing. You're going to always be wrong. You're going to always have to they're going to always make you see wrong where you find wrong in them. They're going to always make you see wrong in you too. Because manipulation doesn't work in your favor. Manipulation doesn't create understanding. Manipulation is simply what it is. So here are some signs that lets you know what other people thought was cheating. This is interesting too. Flirting or teasing with someone other than your partner. Do y'all think that's cheating? Do you think that flirting or teasing someone other than your partner is cheating? Now, this is cheating. Grinding or bumping with someone other than your partner. And this isn't just it says in a club setting or out of a club setting. Do you think that a person can be it's an either or setting? He said in what setting? It's in an either or setting, either or. Club setting, we'll say club setting or private setting is what we'll go with. Oh man, you gotta be specific about that. It ain't because people act like you. Um, well, because me for personally, if we're in a strip club together and he getting a lap dance, that ain't cheating. I paid for that, so we gonna ride that one on that. But if they're in a private setting and you doing that, yeah, that's. I would think that you probably about to go ahead and get it on. You about to go on knock boots back then. Somebody rocking, knocking our boots. Give me some good love. No setting for teasing. So anywhere teasing is wrong. Okay, that's perfect. Being on the internet, chat rooms, or social media with the intention of flirting or getting other people's phone numbers. If you're doing anything on social media where you flirting, what is that called? Is that cheating? Is that cheating, my dear? I would that yeah. You why is you doing that? What is wrong with you? That's not being faithful. That's not being faithful. So to be honest in your relationship is letting you know that you ready for a real relationship. That's because that's cheating. You're cheating. You're purely cheating. Going to an event, having dinner, or buying gifts for someone other than your partner, that's cheating. Um, she said, "Yep, definitely is." Grabbing or touching people in inappropriate areas, cheating. What you doing that for? You got somebody for that? What you tripping? I got one. If she paid for a lap dance and you moved the stripper's G string, is that bad because she paid for the lap dance and told you and took you there? All her idea of being. Now, did you put the penis in or something? Because if you put the penis in, you know you cheated. You must. What? Or was you playing with a girl cat? That's crazy. I don't know if I want to. I don't know. I think I'm gonna call that a cheating thing because why is you playing with her cat in the strip club? That's nasty. What you was doing then? He said no. What you was doing then? Because what? Okay. Say that for the stripper show. She moved her thumb. Oh. Just say that for the stripper show. If you texting somebody on a regular basis, that's not your partner. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cheating. We know that's cheating. Stop playing with me. Ways to remain faithful in a relationship. This just super quick and super important. Take care of your partner. If you take care of your partner will take care of you. So being honest, be honest. Stop being a liar. Y'all lie too much. Shit. Make sure you have reasonable expectations. Stop setting people expectations way up here when you way down here. Cut it out. Um, Always be intimate. Intimate ain't just fucking. So you gotta be holding hands. You gotta be remaining on an understanding level. You got to be on a remaining interesting. You got to give your partner grace. You got to always be willing to compliment them, remind them that you love them. You got to be doing things on a regular basis that give your partner the notion that you are in love with them. It's not just something you say one time and it's done. You got to show them. Actions speak louder than words. All right. Tell them how you feel. You tell them how you feel. They tell you how you feel, how they feel. Be kind to your people, and watch other relationships. If staying faithful to your mate is important, it may be necessary to watch how you interact with other people you know. When spending time with your partner, it isn't okay to just text someone else the whole time or making plans. You have to give your mate the time they need, and when you have some free time, you might be able to talk to other friends or other things of such. But when you are with your partner, they should be always feel like they're number one priority. I don't know why people don't understand that. Control, if you a flirt, control that shit. You shouldn't even be thinking about that no more. That's when you know you serious. I just went through that now. I don't want y'all, I don't want to have to tell y'all that again. Stop being a flirt. If it's in you, put it to the side. for somebody that you really care about, because you're going to lose people because you're so into yourself. Don't take people for granted. Think before you act. Understand there will always be temptation. It's going to be out there. You're going to be so good at being so good at who you are with your partner that you won't even notice the temptation because you don't care about it no more. Work on yourself on a regular basis. Work on your relationship on a regular basis. I'm telling you, always date your partner. Never stop dating that person. Never stop loving that person. Never stop honoring that person. Encourage each other. Remember the commitment you all gave each other and the reasons why you all gave that commitment. And in conclusion, being faithful in a relationship may be difficult or easy, depending on your character traits. It's because it's going to be dependent on you. Everything depends on you. And how much you are willing to put into your bond with your mate. However, there may be many ways to accomplish this. Okay, so like I said, though, the ways to do that are a lot of the ways we just went through. If you focus enough on being a good person, you'll never have to worry about whether or not a person is being good to you, because your mate resembles you. They're a reflection of you. And if it's a real true bond and it's a real true commitment, you never have to worry about what your mate is doing. You never have to think about if your partner is being true to you, because you gonna feel it. That connection, that kinetic energy will show you that. I'm telling you guys, I'm so serious when I say something as joyful as a real committed relationship is one of the most honest things that you would be prideful for. So you're not questioning their patterns. You see their patterns because that become a pattern of who you are. They're showing you so much of them till you learn them just as much as you learn you. Anything outside of that just feels like you're in a relationship that you just doing something you just into right now. Something you just taking the time to take the time for. When in other words, as you're growing older, you need to be making sure that the person and the people that you're looking out to date have your best interests in mind as you have theirs. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to have a faithful partner. It's a beautiful thing to have a faithful relationship, y'all. So that's my time for the day. I'm very, very interested in knowing how people deal with being cheated on and staying in the relationships when they know that they're being cheated on. I'm going to have to bring that back as a topic, because I do know that there are people that have been married for 20 plus years and they are still in a relationship where they got cheated on. They got cheated on in that marriage. They got cheated on in that relationship for years, and they stayed there. They never left. And I want to have that conversation. I'm probably going to bring that back as a platform discussion so that we can see how they healed from things like that, because a lot of people are out there are hurting because they want to be in relationships where though there aren't people who are judging them because they stayed with their partner after the partner cheated. It's a personal choice, bro. I say that all the time. It's a personal choice. Me too. I would love to hear their stories. Yes, ma'am. And we're going to get them on here. We're going to have a platform discussion about that, a panel, and bring up some people who moved on, life after cheating, because it happens. It happens. All right. But thank y'all for tuning in today. And as always, I love you all, and I appreciate you all giving me your time and your listening ear as we get through a Wednesday evening. I want you all to have a wonderful rest of the week. Take the time to love on yourself as you love on the people around you. All right. Y'all be easy. Peace. 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 Peace.